day, Eagles fans. Welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the nitty-gritty of Philly's desperate hunt for a new gaffer for the offense, do us a massive favor. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new around here, and ring that bell, cause the 2026 off-season is already absolute madness behind the scenes. The news hit like a ton of bricks, but for anyone who sat through the offensive slog that was the 2025 season, it was bound to happen. Kevin Patullo is out on his ear. After that shocker of a wild card loss to the San Francisco 49ers, 23-19, Nick Sirianni had no choice but to axe his right-hand man. Patullo, who was once seen as the unsung legend behind the Super Bowl 59 win, just couldn't keep the wheels on once he took over the reins from Kellen Moore. What we're looking at now is a proper mess. For the fifth year in a row, the Eagles are out looking for a new offensive coordinator. For Jalen Hurts, it's even tougher. He's looking at having his seventh different play caller in as many years in the NFL. That lack of stability is a real killer for a squad that, on paper, is the priciest in the league with superstars like Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, and Devonta Smith. The no from Mike Mcdaniel and Brian Daboll was a proper gut punch. Mcdaniel, fresh out of the Dolphins, and Daboll, looking for work after his stint with the Giants, were the top targets. But the dream was short-lived. McDaniel chose to head to the LA Chargers, and Daboll went for the Tennessee Titans. Why would two of the best brains in the game knock back a chance to coach Barkley? Word is it's all about control. McDaniel wanted the final say, a place where he could run his own modern system without Sirianni looking over his shoulder. Daboll, despite his history with Hurts at Alabama, went for the Titans because of his bond with Robert Saleh and a gig where the pressure isn't quite as mental as the pressure cooker in Philly. To see why the Eagles are in this spot, you just have to look at the stats under Patullo in 25. The team finished 24th in total yards and 19th in points. The run game, which should have been world-class with Barkley, became as predictable as a rainy day. Jalen Hurts looked out of sorts, often ditching the plan to play his own game, which caused a fair bit of aggro internally. The O-line struggled without Lane Johnson for a fair chunk, but Patullo's lack of tactical nous was the real nail in the coffin. The team led the league in 3-and-outs, constantly getting stuck because they couldn't move the chains. With McDaniel and Daboll out of the picture, Howie Roseman and Sirianni are now either in panic mode or playing a very patient game, depending on who you ask. The names left on the list include Matt Nagy, who brings that Andy Reid pedigree, Frank Smith, who's great at developing talent, and Jared Johnson, a rising star known for his work with QBs. The big worry for any of these blokes is the Eagles' setup. Who'd want to jump into a high-pressure job knowing they'll be the first one to get the boot if they don't make the Super Bowl in 2026? Jalen Hurts is at a massive crossroads. He's no longer the golden boy, he's a veteran on a massive contract who needs to deliver the goods. The chat inside the building is that he's too reliant on certain plays and struggles with more structured systems. The new OC won't just be drawing up plays, they'll have to manage the headspace and the mechanics of a QB who's got everything to prove.